How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the potential of a Diamond and Pearl remake for the Nintendo Switch in either 2018, 2019, or 2020, or like 2020, I guess, yeah. Either way, this is mainly a discussion video, which means this is not like a potential leak or any of that shit, because it's literally just a discussion video, and any art used in this video, any sources, all that stuff, it's going to be linked down below. So go there if you want to check out where all this stuff came from. If you want to see where it's all from, it's all down there. But either way, let's talk about this. So Diamond and Pearl remakes. This is something that we've been wanting for a long time. A lot of people have been wanting Diamond and Pearl remakes ever since we got like kind of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. People just kind of like were like, oh, okay, so we got Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire remake, or like, you know, we got Ruby and Sapphire remakes. Then we kind of should get a Diamond and Pearl remake eventually, you know what I mean? People have been wanting that for a long time, especially after Sun and Moon, as a lot of people weren't too happy with Sun and Moon. People were excited to see maybe a potential, you know, return to a generation that a lot of people were first introduced to. Like, a lot of people came into Pokemon through Gen 4. I think the large majority who exist today are people who, you know, I mean, people who stayed fans are usually those people who still play it today. And all I'm going to say is, I'm kind of on that side as well. I mean, I came through in Gen 3 mainly, but I stuck around mostly with Soul Silver, Heart Gold, Diamond and Pearl, and Platinum. That's really where I stuck around, so I would love to see a remake of those games. Now, the main points of this video will be based on the merchandise that's been coming out lately, specifically in the TCG area and in the figurines, and also in the plushes, I think, or like the plushies or whatever. There's been a lot of things there where specifically all the Pokemon that are being like made, or all the cards that are being made, are really centered around Generation 4 and Diamond and Pearl. Now, this could really be no crazy thing, and it could just be like they're going like with Diamond and Pearl, or, you know, Gen 4, just because, you know, shits and giggles, and why not? Because, you know what I mean, just why not? Honestly, at the end of the day, why not? They already have done so many things for other generations, why wouldn't they just go with this for once, you know what I mean? So in my logical sense, this could all just be like them just making merchandise around this generation because, hey, let's make some money at the end of the day. It could be just that, but let's talk about it for a moment. So the first thing here is that the next Sun and Moon 5 secret rares are being leaked, and some of these look bloody insane. So this is all from specifically PokeBeach.com, and we're going to look at some of these. Now, first of all, I'm going to point out that I do not know if these are real or if these are fake, but they do look real, and I'm pretty sure they are. Let's be fair, most of these things that do get leaked like this tend to be real, and specifically also the way that the plushes have been like, you know, released and shown, they're also specifically like you know, Diamond and Pearl, so it kind of makes sense. But either way, so first things first here, we have stuff like Secret Rare Leafeon, we have, you know, like, I think it's a Rainbow, yeah, Rainbow Rare Dialga, and also, like, just a rare, like, Secret Rare Dialga. We have a freaking, one of the Team Galactic admins, one of the gym leaders, and just a bunch of other things in there, kind of just, like, loads of stuff, like, mixed into one, and that is for the Ultra Sunset. Now, for the Ultra Moon set, you also have yourself a Secret Rare Glaceon, you have yourself a Secret Rare Palkia, you have yourself a Rainbow Rare and a Rainbow, like a Rainbow Rare Glaceon and a Palkia as well, and of course, you know, other Pokemon. But you do also have yourself in the Ultra Moon set, you have yourself actually, which is really great to me, you have yourself Luca and Cynthia, and also, I think, Volkner is in there as well. So it's like 3 different characters, specifically from Gen 4, which is pretty cool, actually. I'm kind of intrigued, honestly, there. So you can see kind of the start here, just from these cards, you can see that there's like a lot of emphasis on Generation 4. Now, is this something new? No, we've seen this sort of stuff in, you know, previous sets as well. Maybe not in Sun and Moon specifically, but we've seen this in, like, TCG sets previously, where they just take a specific generation and they're like, okay, you know what, let's just make some cards from this generation because why not? You know what I mean? They've done that before. It's nothing like that's brand new or really, you know, weird, so to say, if I'm gonna be honest. It's nothing crazy at the end of the day. It's literally been done before, so it's nothing new. But that doesn't mean that it isn't special and it could be hinting towards something, because outside of that, we also have the figurines and the plushes, and specifically in this area, they're releasing a bunch of new ones in 2018, or they're getting production done on them, and some of these are really weird, because you have stuff like, you know, I mean, you got yourself the Sidui and all these, like, you know, Gen 8 Pokemon, or Gen 7, sorry, Pokemon, you know, Rowlit and that sort of stuff. You got those things, but then you have, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you know, if you disregard all the Alola Pokemon and the Gen 1 Pokemon, okay, because that's what the main part of these are. If you disregard those, what you got left with is Dialga Palkia, all the freaking evolutions and the pre-evolutions of all the starters from Sinnoh, And on top of that, you also have stuff like Shieldon, and I think also the other one was, as far as I remember, it was a Cranidos, right? So you have Generation 4 Pokemon, and all the other ones are mostly Generation 1, with a few extra sprinkles here and there of like a single Pokemon that isn't really significant to any... Oh, actually, no, these other ones are also significant to Gen 4, like specifically stuff like... No, so yeah, some of these are just like, you know, specific to Gen 1, and then the rest is Gen 4. It's so weird, like that's really the point I want to bring up here. It's so weird. So the point I want to make is these items could be hinting towards a Diamond and Pearl remake coming up in 2018. Is it guaranteed? No, of course it isn't. Like, all this stuff is speculation and discussion at the end of the day. It's all just speculating, and it's all just like, you know, theorizing, and literally just us being like tinfoil hat like people essentially at the end of the day. That's what it all is about. But who knows? Pokemon is weird with their releases, and Pokemon is weird with like how they hint towards stuff, and this feels like it could be something, but it could be nothing. It could just literally be just them putting out merchandise. And what I want to say is, I'm thinking that maybe next generation won't be a remake, because I don't think they would want to start off a brand new, like their new series of games on a brand new console with a remake of another game from one of the, you know, Nintendo's previous consoles, like a long time ago, you know what I mean? They wouldn't probably want to do it that way. They probably wouldn't want to introduce it with a, like, I would probably say something like a brand new generation. Then again, a lot of people are saying that that wouldn't make any sense because of the fact that, like, there hasn't been enough years between Sun and Moon, you know what I mean, that generation until the next one. But if you cannot do the math, X and Y were released in like October of 2013, and then like just 3 years later in 2016, okay, keep in mind, okay, 3 years later in 2016, we get ourselves Sun and Moon, a brand new generation. And in between there, okay, it's like there was like 1 year of gap, and then you had like yourself, I think so 2013, you had yourself X and Y. 2014, you had yourself Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and then you had a gap year, 2015, there was nothing there. And then in 2016, we had Sun and Moon, and then right after that, the year after that, we had ourselves another game. So either we're looking at no release in 2018, so that would mean no game at all, no Pokemon games at all in 2018, but maybe potentially a game in 2019, which could be a brand new generation, because that would be enough years then, which would have passed from Sun and Moon being released, which were the brand new generation. That would have been like, that would be eventually then like 2-3 years, which would be a decent amount of time, I would say. So 2018 could be the potential of no game, or maybe a remake, or a new generation, or no new games at all, and then we would have to wait until 2019, so like, you know, early 2019 or late 2019 for a brand new game. Then again, I do not know, maybe they've stepped up their production, especially at Game Freak, because they do have a lot of their resources kind of already finished, like a lot of their assets are most likely already done, so they wouldn't need to, like, you know, make more of the same assets, because, I mean, I don't know, they most likely have HD models of all their, like, you know, Pokemon and stuff. They most likely, I mean, think about it. And they also did hire, like, sometime, like, early this year, they did also, like, specifically send out, like, a notice, or, like, an ad, like, to hire a bunch of people to work as 3D animators and artists and that sort of stuff. So they're most likely working on, like, you know, something like the next generation of Pokemon for the Nintendo Switch, but when it will be released, we do not know. We'll just have to wait and see. So I'm just excited to see what's going to be coming in 2018, 2019, and I wanted to know your opinions, guys. Do you think these potential, like, you know, sources and all these things, do you think they are actually, like, do they have any validity to them? All these, like, you know, merchandise, do they, like, does that tell you anything, or is that just, like, an offshoot thing which you don't think actually hints towards anything? Let me know in the comment section down below, guys, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all the next time. Have a great day, and bye-bye, everybody.